Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the 2025 Volkswagen Taos. This is an SEL. It's finished off in a bright moss green metallic. MSRP is just over $36,000. So we have a crossover SUV that has a good bit to offer for its sizing. And we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. This is paired to an 8-speed automatic, and it pumps out 174 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. This has the 4Motion all-wheel drive system. It can do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, and as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking at 25 miles per gallon in the city and 33 out on the highway. Now for this exterior, you'll notice that the Volkswagen logo is also the sensor for distance pacing. There's parking sensors up front, tons of cutouts as well to provide cooling to the engine, as well as being more aerodynamic. There's cutouts in the sides there too. There's all the parking sensors and then LEDs with some DRL strips that actually run all the way to the badge in the middle. So that's a really nice integration to see. And then there's a few lines that come down the hood. Now this also has the optional 19-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. You'll notice there's some plastic for the lower bumper along with the fender arches and the side skirt there. There's also body colored mirror caps, sunroof up top with roof racks there, and then some chrome for the lower window trim. There's also some very prominent lines that run down the side. This also has a body colored spoiler with a third brake light and the wiper blade. There's LEDs for the lighting, backup camera with all of the sensors, and then this also has remote start. So you can just double tap this button and it will start right up, and then you can double tap on that to shut it off, of course. There's also a trunk release, so you can either push on that or just grab the handle up underneath to release it. Now for this smaller SUV, I'd say there's still a good bit of space in the back. You can lift up this where you have the spare tire and some additional space. You can even place this up on both sides there just to hold it up as needed. And then you can fold the back seats down too to give yourself that much more cargo space. Now in back, you get a really nice two-tone design for the door panel. There's storage in the lower section too, and then this model has two-tone design for the seats. Of course, you can fold them down. You have to grab them from the back there. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets. You get one auxiliary along with some vents in the middle. You also get cup holders, and you can fold down this middle section if you need to gain access through the seats there. And then at my height, I have about a ½ inch or so of room there. Now the seats are fixed too, but they're pretty comfortable for adults. Up front, you have your side mirror controls, window adjustments, more storage, and then a nice design for the seats up front. And then we're greeted with a solid leather steering wheel. You have cruise, distance pacing, volume for your audio. Right side there's tuning, the heated steering wheel, and you can also go through some of this information within the gauge cluster. So you'll notice right now there's miles per hour and the tach, and then you can also change this too. So now you can just bring up this information to scroll through all of that, and then you can bring up some vitals on the left and the right and go back to this screen here. So just depending on how you want to view that information. You have headlights on one side along with the air vent, and then with the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. It's pretty easy to be able to go through all this information. You even have a menu, so you can view all of these icons here, and you have car. Car will allow you to actually change the digital gauge cluster so you can see what you would like just by configuring that. There's also an off-road tab, so you can monitor that, and you have some other information that you can cycle through too. Now you have air vents underneath that. This gets heated and ventilated seats. You have temperature dials, fan speed, even a menu control, so you can view all of that on the screen, defrosters and all of that. You get wireless charging with auxiliaries in the back. There's engine start stop and parking sensors. And then here's the backup camera. There's also drive and sport mode, so you can shift using the shifter. There's the e-brake, and you have a few different driving modes. So you have eco, normal, sport, and custom, and then you can rotate this dial to get into some of the off-road settings like snow and your off-road custom and auto there. There's also a little bit of storage with cup holders. You get some in the armrest along within the glove box. You have a rear view mirror, all of your dome lights, and controls for the sunshade and sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. It's a small vehicle, so that's what you would expect to see. And we're still in sport mode, second gear. Here we go. And with a smooth acceleration, we're up to speed. So still pretty impressive to see for this model and what it has to offer. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Volkswagen Taos. Pretty simple on the interior as far as the features and everything goes, but you have some nice tech features as well to give you those comforts on a daily basis. So while everything is pretty easy to go through, more simplistic, I think a lot of people are drawn towards that, so you don't have a million different things that you have to set up. You can basically just hop in this car, have your phone paired to it, and you are ready to go. But it's been very nice to drive. It's a great daily driving SUV, and for the price point too, under $40,000, you can get some lower trim levels. You can get some higher trim levels too, just depending on your budget. But for a brand new SUV, for let's call it 40 grand, it's a great option to go with for what you're getting for that price, especially in today's market with how expensive vehicles are. If you're not towing, this is a great option to go with, even with its smaller size. So definitely take a look at one if you're in the markets for a smaller size SUV. There's some other options out there, of course, but this is a pretty good option, in my opinion, to go with. Well, that is going to wrap it up for the Volkswagen Taos. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.